Sup witches, I'm so happy to be back with you guys. Life has gotten crazy and I haven't been able to upload. However, since the last time I did upload, we got a bunch of new subscribers. So welcome to the family and thank you so much for your support. Hopefully now I'm going to be uploading a little bit more consistently. I still have a bunch of my request videos to get to. I haven't forgotten about them. I know someone wanted a video on circle casting, talking about crystals, and a couple different potion recipes. I have all on a list and I will get to it. I got a new job and things have just been a little bit hectic. I'm also planning my wedding. And I just wanted to mention, if you guys would like to see my wedding, as it is going to be a very pagan wedding, I would be happy to record and share it with you. I don't know if that's something you guys would be interested in, so if it is, let me know in the comments. I know I was looking around for a little bit of inspiration for my wedding, and there wasn't a whole lot of like pagan weddings out on the internet. There were some, but you know, there could be one more and it might help someone else out in the future. So if that's something you want, let me know and I'd be happy to share that with you. But today, what I wanted to address is my new tarot cards. This is the Universal Celtic Tarot, and I swear this deck is just, it resonates with my soul. I love this deck. I feel like it's a reflection of me and my spirituality. So I wanted to talk a little bit about how I connect to a brand new tarot deck. So I'm just going to go over what I like to do to connect to my deck. And just a little disclaimer, there are a million ways that you could connect to your tarot deck. This is just my way of doing so. So I'm not saying my way is better than somebody else's way. Keep doing your research, watch my videos, watch other people's videos, read articles, and find something that works for you. If this works for you, great. You know, that's why I'm putting out here. It might help somebody. So the first thing that I like to do when I get a new tarot deck is I start to flip through the cards, and I am going to do a little review of these cards. I'm probably going to record that today as well, so I'll give a little bit of a review in a different video, but I'm going to stick basically to my process at this point. So I'll flip through the cards, and I usually do this as soon as I get it because, like, I'm a kid. I can't wait. I'm too excited. So I flip through the cards, and I start getting, like, this feeling for the themes of the cards and the energy of the cards and what the personality is. Every tarot deck has its very own personality. Like, with this card, we can kind of tell, like, oh, it's very nature-y, it's maybe connected to the other world, the fae. It's got this overall feeling of nature and the connection to the universe through nature. So, you know, as you flip through, you start to figure out who this deck is, what it's connected to. Like, here is the goddess Brigid, and she's for temperance. So now we have the idea of, oh, now this deck is connected to certain gods, this deck mainly of, like, the Celtic pantheon. So basically just flipping through and getting visually acquainted with the deck. This helps you get acquainted. This is like the first hello. So after I've kind of flipped through it a couple times and I've started to gather some ideas and ideologies on the deck, what I'll do is I'll cleanse it. Now, I always cleanse my deck with crystals because cleansing it with sage smoke or juniper smoke or something of that sort, I feel can damage the cards. You don't want your cards to smell like smoke or get yellow and dingy, because that happened to a deck of mine. I used to cleanse my cards with sage, and, you know, it kind of ruined a deck of mine. So I'll use selenite, fluorite, maybe even sprinkle a circle of salt around the deck and leave it overnight, but I'll put the selenite right on the deck and just let it hang out until I feel the deck is cleansed. After that, what I do is every single day, I will read with the cards. It's so important to start reading with the cards, even if it's just for yourself. Just a single card every day. How is my day gonna go? What advice do I need for today? What is going to be my strongest aspect today? Like, what do I need to get through the day? This can be very helpful because it helps you, get acquainted with the cards one by one. So, say I pull the Page of Wands. I know that I should be starting my passions through the day. Maybe it's a good day to start a journal, or maybe it's a good day to start a new art project, or what have you, a new trade. Maybe it's a good day to start putting in job applications for something that you love to do, something like that. So when you do this, it gives you a chance to get acquainted with each and every card. The biggest way I get to know my tarot cards is by journaling about them. This is my journal that I keep, basically just to talk about the different decks that I have, the different meanings of each cards, things like that. I keep all my records of tarot readings that I do for myself in a separate book, so this is just my tarot journaling book. And what I'll do for each new deck, let me get there, is I'll write the name of the deck, and when I did my flip through, my initial flip through of each card, and I got the personality and the energy of the cards, I write down my thoughts about that here. So this is like an overview of the whole deck as far as what I think of it. And then with each card, I write the number, the element, the name, and then if the deck comes with like a booklet of meanings, I'll write down what the card means out of the booklet, and then I'll write a comparison of what I find, I don't know if you guys can see, but I'll write a comparison of how I feel about the deck and what the deck makes me feel versus like the classical tarot meanings. So I'll read the Fool for just an example. This card makes me feel more lighthearted than the classical tarot meaning of the Fool. There is an element of whimsical exploration, much like a baby who giggles at newly discovered colors. Yes, there is a possibility of falling, but I think falling off a rainbow is much more lighthearted than falling off the classical cliff. Also, falling seems more certain in the classical tarot version. I think this deck provides a fool who embarks on a journey with eyes filled with wonder and ignorance, while the classical seems more like pure ignorance. I see the leprechaun fool falling as making mistakes out of curiosity, while the classical fool is more of a pure fool, right? So then I will talk about the symbolism of each card that I find and all the different symbols that I notice. So one that I wrote down is, if you can see, he has sparkles underneath his foot. So to me that means it shows me that magic is keeping him afloat and that his own energy is one of his biggest assets on this journey. I also put down he is on the path that can take him anywhere. Each color of the rainbow together forms a path that represents all of reality. So the possibilities are endless. Even him smoking a pipe, I took that as a connection to air. He's in a position of learning. He's a student. Air is connected to knowledge, things of that matter. So that's sort of what I do with each different card. And I'll probably do 1 or 2 cards a day, just because, I got other things going on, but also it gives me time to meditate further on these 2 cards instead of trying to cram in every single card or like the whole suit or, something in a day where that feels very rushed to me. And I really like my time to meditate and to spend time with each card. And that's how I feel it truly gets cemented, not only in your mind, but in your soul. Those are the things that really help me connect to my new tarot decks. I'm really, really excited about this new one. I'm taking my time with it. I'm really getting familiar with it because, you know, this is really the deck that I feel is going to be the extension of my soul. I have a lot of tarot decks for a lot of different reasons, and I love them all, but there's something special about this particular deck that just reflects my soul. So I'm really taking my time, meditating with it, and that's really what you want in a deck. You want it to connect and resonate with you to the point where you feel like, yes, this is an extension of who I am. But yeah, I think that's it for this video. I hope this helps. Thank you so much for watching, and go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss anything. Again, let me know if you want to see my wedding on my YouTube channel. I'd be happy to share that with you. So yeah, until next time guys, happy casting.